Welcome to Marketing Lab. Today we are going to talk briefly about CAN-SPAM Act that has been introduced by President George Bush in 2003. The law that states rule for commercial email establishes a requirement for commercial messages, gives recipient the right to have you stop emailing them, spells out tough penalties and violation. However, before going in detail for this act, we need to understand what spam is all about, what spam emails are all about. It is any irrelevant or unsolicited messages that sent over internet, typically to a large amount of users for a purpose of advertising and phishing spreading malware. In layman language, it is any unwanted email which you don't intend to receive. If it has been landed to your email box, it comes in category of spam. Normally it happens in bulk because the spammers which intend to target with such activity, they target a large audience and they send in as a bulk message activity. As of now, 56% of email traffic comprises of spam, so you can understand the gravity of situation that what we are talking about. To control this particular situation, the Spam Act has been introduced, which covers all sort of a commercial messages. It also includes any website which has a promotional content over it and it's promoting any product. It does not include only a new customers, it also includes existing customers, announcing them for a new product lines. Because whenever customer gives you a consent to receive to send out promotional content, it gives you for a certain product, and if you are sending a promotional content for some other product which he has not given permission, it will come as a spam. It because he has not given you permission, the violation liability, the fees when the charge which act will pose on you, it's quite hefty, around $16,000 per violation per email. So you can understand that if it is going, if multiple emails are going into one violated act, then the figure will get multiplied to number of emails and it will become really hefty amount. That's why it becomes very important to follow these guidelines and not to be caught red-handed on these spam acts at all. So going with the guidelines, what this act is all is talks about. First, we have don't use false and misleading header information and deceptive subject line. Whenever we receive any email, there are few things which we see at once, like from where it is coming, to which it is coming to, whether it has a reply to email, the domain name and a subject line. These couple of points become so important to judge the legitimacy of particular email. So it has to be accurate and the person or a business should be identifiable. Header information contains all ingredient to identify source of an email to recipient. Recipient has all the right to know source of information. So subject line and all these ingredients become plays very important part to judge the validity of particular email. Like I have also shown some of the subject lines in left corner where you can see, like, did I leave my jacket at your place? By looking at the subject line, you will think that it's email from some of your relative, but when you open this email, it can be phishing email or it can be a malware. Again, the second example, the use of re or forward. By looking at the subject line, you will think that this is the ongoing email trail which you have been part of, and you'll think to open it. But unfortunately, when you open it, you will not find something like that, and you will find something else only. Urgent update information. The use of words like urgent compels you to open that email, but unfortunately, it's a spam trap which has been used by spammers. Your reservation confirmation. It's a transactional subject line. Transaction subject emails are a follow-up emails after closing your deals. So you'll think that it's a follow-up of your recent buy, but unfortunately it will come up something else. About your order, you'll think that the information which is coming about my order, it's again example of transactional subject line, but unfortunately when you will open it, you will find something else. And so these are the few examples that normal spammers will use to mislead you. So use of these sort of header information in subject lines is absolutely no from the spam act perspective. Next point, identify the message as an ad. CAN-SPAM Act does not require sender to identify message as an advertisement in subject line. However, Initiators of commercial email only have to identify the message as an ad in a way that is clear and conspicuous. So basically what we are trying to say is the content and subject line should not be deceptive. You are open to make subject line as an advertisement. There is no stoppage over that, but it should be clear and should not be deceptive, like we have discussed in earlier slide. Tell recipient where you located. It's a mandatory requirement. You need to tell your physical postal address, the current street address. If you are maintaining any postal mailbox with US agents, US postal office, you need to mention that. It's a mandatory requirement. Every promotional email should have. Monitor what others are doing on your behalf. It's not like that if you are only doing it, you are only responsible for your misleading acts. Even if you are partnered with some other vendors, they are equally responsible for that, and if they conduct such an activity, you will equally be responsible for their acts. So you need to ensure that your vendors and partner are also complying with the laws along with you. Tell recipient how to opt out receiving future emails from your side. Any promotional emails, you need to have a mechanism so that recipient can unsubscribe himself. You have to provide him easy way to get out of your promotional content. It cannot be one way communication. You need to provide them easy way so that they can easily opt out from their promotional campaign if they wanted to. Give them return email address. You can have a checkbox over your registration page or your email, or any way you can find feasible so that you can communicate to your recipient that they can get out of your email campaign. Next thing comes after that only. Whenever if recipient opted out from your communication or your campaign, you need to act swiftly on that request. Any opt-out mechanism you offer must be able to process opt-out requests for at least 30 days after you send your messages. Like if I send an email today, by within 30 days, whatever request I receive, I should be able to honor those requests, and those requests should be honored within 10 business days. There should be no fee involved in updating those email preferences. For the mechanism which you can offer them to unsubscribe, you can ask them to click unsubscribe link. You can ask them to reply to an email, the reply to email which we talked about earlier in first slide. Once people have been told that you don't have to receive more messages from you, you can't sell that list of email address to somebody else. It should only be kept with you. You have no right to transfer that email to any of the company. Exception is that you can transfer that list to your vendors or your partners, but they should also comply CAN Spam Act. So for today's video, we are just stopping here only. I'm sure you will be having quite a few questions and comments, because it's quite a vast topic and we have covered it quite fastly. So I'm sure you will be having questions. I am quite open to it, and please like and subscribe, and please post questions so that I can improvise in my further videos. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead.